Hi all, welcome back in Action Kharkov, Gemma. So this is part 81. Yeah, I did think about trying to just squeeze this in and add it on to part 80 because it was a horrible place to leave things, wasn't it? But yeah, sometimes it just goes that way. And I was able to get that wee bit extra time just to get. I have just come straight back pretty much after copying it across, but it did give time for Michael to come back, and I was happy to hear that he would do the same thing. He would 9.25, and if didn't find anything, he would still tie break. At least that's what he said. Whether he's understood me properly or not, let's hope he has. And he said he would do it that way as well. So fingers crossed. That makes me feel a little bit better. Again, I'm not so sure this is relevant to how we're. Well, it will be relevant if I do have to move into turn 7. But things are starting to look really good, and also this is going to be another card draw for them. And I've already said they've got 5 cards left in their deck. Now, if I drew a reshuffle card just now, it would reshuffle in, wouldn't it? Because it needs to be. Is it less than 4 cards, or 4 cards or less, or anyway? So these 2 units are attacking here. We've got 3-1 odds. We've only got 2 chip pools, and the Soviets want a combat tactic. So let's see what they're getting. Oh, it's our nest front. I'm delighted. Wow. Okay, this is just amazing, isn't it? It's just really, really going well for us. Tank Brigade and Assault Coordination. Now, hang on. Assault Coordination does something different, doesn't it? Right, let's just double check here. It could be trouble for that guy, but we're not really that concerned. Right, Tank Brigade, let's look at it first then, since it's first in line. So increase Soviet combat strength by 2 when attacking. So that's going to take it up to 8-2. So yeah, that is increasing the odds, unfortunately. 4-1. Yeah. Soviet units in the combat are considered possess armor if they do not already. Reduce total hits incurred by the Soviets in the combat by 1 when attacking. So they get a reduction in the hits. Now, assault coordination. In a Soviet attack, all non-active Soviet units adjacent to defenders' hex participate in the attack, right? Well, we've not got any, but it says, hang on. Right, okay, sorry, distracted. Assault coordination, eh? Now, hang on, we added the strength on. I haven't added the combat chip pools, though. I was just, yeah, if no units are added via assault coordination, add 2 combat chip draws for this combat tactic instead of 1, and reduce attackers' hits by 1. So, yeah, there's nobody getting added with it. So they'll get 2 combat chip pools for the assault coordination and 1 for the tank brigade. So they'll move from 2 to 5. So they get 3 extra chip pools for that. 41 odds, and again they get to reduce a hit. So they're getting to reduce 2 hits with this card as well. So but that's fine. I'm good with it. They're not getting to play that card as to activate a third tank, which is where my concern might have been. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to play anything again. Well, is there a temptation now that I know they're down to 4 cards? Is there? I can't reinforce a battle, no, because they're surrounded. Because he's surrounded. I mean, I could go for artillery. I think we maybe just let it go and yeah, not worry about it. I mean, I do still need to think about this and Kharkov possibly still. So why care about this unit really? Because I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I'm starting to feel confident I'm not going into turn 7. yeah, I'm going to just go with this. Right, so Tank Brigade, Salt Coronation, well, it's all about the chip pools and the strength that they got. So, let's back a little bit again. Right, okay, 41 odds, let's say, is just infantry, so looks a bit vulnerable. Right, I'll get the 5 chits and we'll see what happens to them. Yeah, bad start, 41, bang on, so it's a D1. Got away with that one. 7-1 or defender not spotted on the front, 5-1 on back, so it doesn't apply. Yeah, 1-1. They're the ones we don't want because he's got 2 hit reductions. So sitting at D2. So retreat. We've got 2 still to come. So we don't want any more really. Fun enough. I was just thinking about it. I thought he's getting flanked as well, isn't he? And we draw a flank attack, chat. So D3. So yeah, 1 more hit and he's gone, isn't he? Right, okay, well hopefully we can hang on to him. Oh, that was a cruel finish. Another flank attack. Both these are 1 hex attack on the back, and if that unit wasn't there attacking, well actually no, we said the attack wouldn't have went ahead with it. And you know what? We got this card. Come on, Grant. It was worth the sacrifice, I think. So it's D4 A1. We can forget about the A1 because he had A-2 really, didn't he? He had 2 hits to take away. D4, unfortunately, there's going to be a retreat, stat loss. So this guy is going to be eliminated. Yeah, joins another one in the eliminated units box. We can just take these away. That was all the chats. So advance after combat. Take these away. So unit 12 first, well, it's adjacent to his direction. I don't think that comes into it, does it, Grant? Maybe it does. It's not VP Hex, primary direction. Now hang on though, he's going to... Actually no, he does want to move into there, I think. Because he can't trace supply, that's going to be good for him. I think Hex enabling supply... Where's that? Describe it in the rulebook a bit better. Yeah, it's got to be asterisk. An advance into a given hex enables supply if any Soviet units not able to trace supply become able to do so as a result of the advance. Because right now he cannot trace supply. If he advances into there, he might be able to trace supply. We did move that unit. That was part of my thinking, was to like close that road off a little bit. Remember, I was talking about actually moving on the road and then I decided to go there instead. Although, if he was in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, he can get onto that road in a way. So yeah, he is going to advance into that hex. Now, he's got a 2 hex advance possible. There's no path of retreat though, so you cannot go from zone of control to zone of control. Yeah, that was his primary arrow, wasn't it? But he can't do that because there's not a path of retreat. And in fact, he can't advance into there either. He can only advance into here, which is, well, it's not enabling him supply now. No. Secondary direction. If advancing second hex, retreat path. There's no path of retreat because the unit was eliminated. Right, okay. So then the other ones are causes surround, closer to objective, no. Attacked hex, no. So it's another route. He's not going to advance there then. And then this guy coming down, well, it's not going to enable supply. Now if he does that, does that break the supply? No. We can still trace supply from there, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So he could advance into that hex still. So that would be the attacked hex. And there's a unit already advanced in there, so it would advance on a 1 to 3. He's rolled a 10, so he doesn't advance. He stays there. Okay. We say goodbye to this card with joy. Yeah, so yeah, well they did bash us about a little bit there, but not the hex that mattered to us anyway. Right, now there's one more. Like I say, this is going to be, well, I think this would be the next check, to be honest. But this is 3 against 6. So that's not going to go ahead. The other guy up here, oh mind you, he's unit 18's got an IP. Oh, hang on. That's 3 against, ooh, well, wait a minute. That still needs to be looked at, give me a sec. Yeah, so this guy's 3 against 4 there, but that's dispersed, so that's going to be a -1. IP adjacent to supply German unit is not. And attacks and support, yeah. So, yeah, that is a 3 against 3, that one. I'm guessing this is going to be more, isn't it? Yeah, that's 6. So that's 3 against 5 situationally. So that's a 1-to-1 check. And we know the card value, the card's a 3. Is he armoured? No, infantry. So probably not here, but we'll see, because he is surrounded. So it's 1-to-1 odds. Yeah. So the card value's a 3. It's not 2-to-1. It's not artillery barrage. It's in support. That takes it to a 4. Only so units of armour. No. If any attacking units are surrounded, yes, he is surrounded. So that's a 5. If flanking will apply, well, no. But or defender will be surrounded and unable to trace supply. Yes. Because he is surrounded and he's not got anybody adjacent. So that applies. That's up to a 6. And then target VP hex 2 or greater, no. If all combat attacks auxiliary card, no. If less than 4 cards, now I think there is exactly 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I would quite like that to have happened and burnt another card maybe. So it's sitting at 6, but he's got exactly 4 cards in his draw pile, which is not less than 4. I know some of them were. I don't think that was a misprint, though, was it? I put 4. If less than 4 cards in the sorry draw pile, no, but we've got 4 cards. Okay, so that doesn't go ahead, that one. Just hits a 6, so it was close. However, there is one more that is going to go ahead, I think. That was 18. We checked 17, 18. 22, this is a 1-step unit anyway, and he's 2. But this guy here is up against an isolated unit. So I think this just automatically happens. Although I don't think they draw cards for that, do they? Right. So the unit, it couldn't be a lead unit, this guy. However, if he's against a supplied unit. Unit can't lead if it already attacked this activation or if dispersed, out of supply or isolated. Unit with 1 step or in VP hex with less than 3 steps can't lead against a supply target. Well, that's not a supply target, so he can lead. And right, where's the bit that talks about isolated? Compare situational strengths. Attack if greater than or equal to 3 to 1, or all defenders are isolated regardless of ratio. So this is going to attack. So it doesn't care about the ratio because it gets to ignore all hits. Okay, it's 2 to 2, it's 1 to 1 odds. 1 to 1 odds. Now what does isolated do? Isolated only. Enemy attackers may draw 2 extra combat chips and disregard all attacker hits. So it's 1 to 1 odds. He's only got 1 chip pool, but the isolated state gives him 2 more chip pools. He ignores all hits. Yeah, now does this count as being overwhelming? Where's overwhelming but? I'm not seeing it now. Overwhelming attack ratio is 8 to 1, no. Or large attack with ratio 6 to 1, no. Or defenders unsupplied dispersed with ratio 5 to 1, no. Or defenders isolated in a non-VP hex. Yeah, so that is the case. So it is an overwhelming attack because he's isolated in a non-VP hex. So we don't draw any cards, which is kind of annoying for us. But it makes sense to them. So yeah, so and we can't play a combat tactic on that guy anyway because we're isolated. So 1 to 1 odds, 3 chip pools. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, okay, I'll get the 3 chits. Oh, that's a great start for us. Flank attack. No, it is a 1 hex attack, so we get a D-1. So that's yeah, pretty good. Yeah, and when I say that's pretty good, it's really good. I don't think we could draw many other chits that would help that unit that way. This was German air power, Soviet not supported, or Soviet air power in the back, so it doesn't apply, so just 1 to go. Oh, that was a shame, it was going so well. Combat engineers on the front, so I thought, okay, this is probably turning into nothing. Turned it over, this is the priority side. Dispersed, unsupplied, ouch, D2. That's not good there, I think that guy's eliminated now. So result, oh yeah, I forgot we got a D-1. I still think he's taking the hit though, because he can't move. So I still think he is eliminated, but we'll double check. So the result is D1. Yeah, result's D1, but he can't, I don't think he can move. He's mechanised, he's only 1 step. I think he has to just sit where he is, doesn't he? Isolated, mechanised unit may not move or retreat. There you go, so he's got to take that 1 hit, he's only got 1 step. Yeah, that was a shame. To end up with a D2 in that last chat. I mean, if it had been a D1, we would have been fine. Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't matter. Isolated, where's that go? Yeah. Right, so advance after combat, was this hex here, wasn't it? It's not going into his, yeah, I think it's just going to be attacked hex, isn't it? I want to say. Primary direction, enabling supply, cross river, yeah. Yeah, attacked hex, so a 1 to 7 he'll move on. Only rolls a 10, so no. So he stays put. Yeah, so yeah, they got a bit of results there with their attacks and a wee bit disappointing finish to that one, but however. Now, did anything not do anything? Is that us done all our checks? Yeah, I think it is. Well, we do have no reserves to place. I'm gonna leave the card down the room. No reserves to place. Remove eligible reserves. That would be the only one, but I think. Let me check that again. If the unit did not move or attack, this activation will overflow apply. Adjacent to German unit, yeah. Removal would not cause Soviet unit to be nearly surrounded. If it's in a non-VP hex, or it's got to be stacked with another unit or adjacent to 2 Soviet-occupied hexes. Ooh, well, it is. Right, hang on. I'm sure I'm missing something there. He cannot. He's got to be able to trace supply, is he? Yeah, Grant. The hex needs to be in supply. Although it maybe is. Have I blundered with this? I don't think so. I've got to remember, I'm just reading that off the play raid, but I'm wanting to say that the hex needs to be in supply, doesn't it? Supply can be traced from the unit's hex. Reserve supply is not required, and supply state and dispersal have no effect. He can trace supply into there and then into there, and he's good to go. I think he's getting to escape, isn't he? Sorry, let's get in on the action a bit, Grant. I think he is. He didn't move or attack. He's adjacent to a German unit. Supply can be traced, yeah. Unit was not placed on the map from reserves, no. Removal unit would not cause another Soviet unit to become nearly surrounded or unable to trace supply. That's making me think of something else there, the way that's worded. Give me a second. See when it says unit will advance it surrounded or nearly surrounded. No, it doesn't say it doesn't cause. No. Right, okay. I don't think so then. I don't think the removal of that's not going to... No, I'm not seeing it. If in a hex in the operational limit, removal would not cause a surrounded German unit to become unsurrounded. Hold on. It will. Yeah. There's this unit surrounded. That guy goes away. He's not surrounded anymore. Okay, so he's going to stay. Okay. Yeah, and then build an IP. Well, everybody else done something. Well, this guy's the only one that hasn't done something, but he's got an IP already. So, yeah, well, good. Yeah, and then remove the disperse markers, none of them. Right, well, interesting impulse. I know it got a bit lengthy and we had to split it up a little bit, but that's another card gone. They have 4 cards left in their draw pile now, which means I don't think there's going to be any reshuffling on, because their next impulse is going to draw 2 of the 4 cards. And yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like it's going to happen. I know I've been thinking about it all turn, but right from the start, and probably thinking, yeah, right, Grant, fat chance of that happening, but it's starting to look like a possibility, I want to say. With only 4 cards left, Vornis front card's away now as well. So, yeah. So what do we do next? Right, well, I'll pause just now. The thing is, I don't think I've got enough time today, the rest of the night. I need to go off to bed early. I'm up early for work, so I'll probably just pause this and maybe have a look back over this. But I'm not conclude this as a part, I don't think. I'm not very sure what I'm going to do next. I did talk about down here. I think I can let loose a little bit, although, you know, you don't want to lose this. Or, well, here's the other thing. I've already said this guy is proximate to here, so there you go. I don't want that to happen, so I need to do something about that. Right, well, I'm sure this won't be a part on its own, but I'll leave it for now because that's only 25 minutes. But you never know. Might be nice to, to be honest, I reviewed this over, and this should have been a continuation of the last part anyway. So I might just put this out as a small part and then come back fresh tomorrow with my next impulse. Okay, well, I'll be back tomorrow at some point, guys. Cheers. Hi all. Right, welcome back in action, Kharkov, German. So, this is probably just the second half of part 81, because I think I only got 27 minutes or so. I've not watched it back yet, so I'll probably just have my impulse and tag this along. But I suppose there is a chance this could be the start of part 82, but I don't think so. It depends how long this takes. And it shouldn't take too long with my impulse. Yeah, right. We know it'll take longer than it should, but that's only because I'm in control. Right, there's the hand I've got left. No cards on my draw pile. 5 cards left. Soviets have 4 cards. We still own Kharkov. The victory point total is 16. We need, our victory conditions are for the Germans, for the Soviets to have less than 17 victory points, and for us to own Kharkov. So we're sitting at the victory condition for the end of the turn. 4 cards in between it, 4 Soviet cards. I still feel like, you kind of feel like there's still going to be an attack on Kharkov. But maybe not. Maybe the third tank units, a couple of them moved away, didn't they? And it doesn't look as strong a force around there. It was nice to see that 40th Army card going away, because I feel like these 2 units probably would have moved adjacent. And that's where I can still see the possibility of an attack, I think, if we get a 40th activation. Because 4 cards left, yeah. Vornes front cards away, Stavka cards away, Southwest front cards away, but not that that's relevant to this part. But I feel like there could still be a 40th army activation, and if we go at the auxiliary card with assault coordination, then it could still be trouble. So I can't sort of completely relax and think that we've got it in the bag. But we do, and that's why we want to keep, in particular, I feel like we want to keep these 2 cards, because these are any tactics. I mean, they're strong cards, yeah. I don't want to just willy-nilly chuck a combat tactic for the sake of it, but they're the 2 cards I want to hold back in case there's an attack on Kharkov. Because it might come down to the last 2 cards of the Soviet deck, attack on Kharkov, then I'll just chuck whatever I can at it. I don't think we're restricted to combat tactics, are we? I think we can play as many as we want in this game. I think it's only in the Soviet, so you're restricted, isn't it? Soviet attack. Play German cards as combat tactics at your option. So it does say cards there. So I could chuck in artillery. Well, for that matter, I could chuck all 4 of them in. Assault coordination wouldn't do anything for me, but that gives air power as well. So I could go. However, we do have to play a card this turn. Yeah, let's not forget that. We do have to play 1 card, and then the Soviets will draw 2 cards. Then we need to play another card. So it could well be that we've got 1, 2. I want to say we'll probably have these 3 cards left, maybe, because I think I'm going to play this now. Well, it's either going to be this or the second SS, I think, because there is still a slight risk. I mean, remember, we not only need to hold Kharkov, we need to not lose another victory point. Well, obviously, if we lost Kharkov, that's a double, that we lose the victory points as well. But these towns are unoccupied. This guy here? This guy is proximate to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's proximate to here. Not here, I don't think. 1. Yeah, because they need to cross the river. He can't go up there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 1 short of that one. And so look at the 6 army guys up there. No, there's not a VP hex in there. So it is these 2 we need to concern ourselves with. I do have 2 2nd SS units here. However, I can't just dash them both away because we need to keep this covered too. But what I thought was use von Manstein. Now, I know we're probably not going to be attacking with it. Some of you might say, well, why not? Why not have a little bit of an attack? But I really just need to defend what I've got. So I guess my thinking is Kampfgruppe, use the Kampfgruppe activation for my Manstein, maybe in this hex here. So grabbing these 2, this. Well, these probably not going to move. Maybe move that into there like I wanted to protect it. I don't feel like it's under... Well, they guys didn't move, so they still have 7 strength there, admittedly. But you know what would be better, I think, is probably moving this guy 1, 2, 3 into here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch. In fact, I think maybe even just move this guy back and take my chances with that now, because that now there is only 7 against 5, and that would be 7 against 6. It would be 1-to-1 odds. I can't see them getting anything more than that, and 1-to-1 odds would be unlikely to happen. They've got 4 cards left in their deck, though. He is surrounded. Yeah, you do need to watch. It could possibly still happen. What about the 48 core units then? I don't think they can reach, can they? Well, one of them could reach here, right enough. I don't think. Yeah, we're not going to get anything into there. And I need to cover that. I definitely need to cover that because he's proximate to that, so I definitely need to do that. And I guess that's why I was thinking the von Manstein card. Yeah, it's a wee bit annoying. Like, these pop-off units down here are just frustrated me a little bit. And they also, what was it? One of them, well, they eliminated the guy, and he advanced into there, which he was kind of locked in. He was surrounded, wasn't he? You know, maybe what I should do here is not run off to these towns, but just block things off. Make sure that they can't reach. I've still got extra cards that I can use. I've still got my any 1 unit move if it came down to it. So should I just use the 2nd SS card and maybe just do something like, well, you know, even if I move one of them into there, you know, just tie these guys up. In fact, can I not? No, these guys are surrounded now, aren't they? Well, he's... Yeah, I was thinking about if I could grab these and I could get them up to here, or one of them up to here. I'm thinking, well, that's not... I can't keep that within 2, and I thought, well, I could use the Army Group South card, which stretches 3 hexes, but I want to keep that card because it's an any combat tactic. But then I started thinking, why not activate 48th? Because I think... Does that not surround both these units? If I put one of the units there, zock, yeah, that would. So why don't I just activate 48th instead? I mean, I know that was one of the combat tactics, but you know, it was artillery. I mean, yeah, I've got these 2. I've got these 2 for any combat tactic. And then that would that would trap the units in. Ah, right, I was just about to do that, and then I remember this is a camp group card, isn't it? Which was kind of annoying because I did think about I could have moved one of these into Pavlograd, just in case there was an issue there, but there's still not any problem there, is there? So yeah, the camp group would have to just be these two stacks here, wouldn't it? Which seems a bit of a waste. Sorry, there's maybe a better way of doing this. But that would surround these units, and if you're worried about them, why not just do that? I mean, okay, I could make a far better job of this by using the Army Group South card, putting my camp group in here somewhere, and then grabbing all of these units, also undispersing that unit, and yeah, moving a second SS unit into here, maybe moving one of them into there, just securing all that area. But it's just, I'm just reluctant to use the cards because they've got the. I'm probably worrying about something that's not going to need to be worried about, but well, yeah. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to do this. It does feel a bit weak, but well, yeah, kind of not. Hang on. Oh, I'm just going to do it, and it means I get to keep the better cards. You know, because I was thinking von Manstein there again, and why not just von Manstein put it there and grab all of these, and then I could mess about with these a little bit, but then I'm thinking I'm a wee bit worried this guy might get attacked. But remember, if we surround this, he'll not be able to move at all. So yeah, I'm going to activate. Yeah, there's nothing more I can gain out of that. He was 57th, wasn't he? Yeah. So I just put my camp group in between the two and activate both these stacks. Now I'm not going to be able to do anything with that, but I will be able to actually build an IP on it. So I think I probably still want to leave the 3 strength unit there. Although I noticed in that last combat, and I didn't play it that way, but I could see it looked a bit gamey, me putting a 2 strength. But you'll notice though, I kept worrying it was going to get attacked. This was going to get attacked. I never really thought about it, but if you think about it, they're going to attack the weakest unit. They're going to attack what they can get the most odds on. So in some ways, me moving a unit away from here means again that if they activate again, they're going to attack this, aren't they? Excuse me. So a little bit gamey that, I suppose, but I hadn't actually thought about that last time, but clearly I'm thinking about it now. But so, and you know, in actual fact, it might be better just leaving the 2 strength unit there. But then that would be, what would it be? 7. It'd be 7 to 2. So that'd definitely be a 3 to 1. That'd be 7 to 3, which would be 2 to 1. He's not getting any pluses for that, is he? No. Yeah, I think I will just leave the 2 strength unit there. I don't think it makes much difference. I think the 7 to 3 would be 2 to 1 odds, and I get the feeling that might still 2 to 1 might still trigger an attack anyway, because command value 3, 2 to 1 odds, that's a 5. They're surrounded, that's a 6. They've got less than 4 cards, that's a 7. So unless of course the command value card is less than a 3, but if they've got an auxiliary card, that would work too. So I'm pretty sure, and then it just gives me that extra strength up here, which is a bit, and I was talking here at first, but I think the better hex would be, so braking zone of control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was thinking that might be better because it's up on the road, whereas there, you know, just in case something happens to that, and the you know, that is still surrounding these guys, isn't it? Zone of control, zone of control, zone of control. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And they can't trace supply from that situation as well. So, yeah, I think I'll just move him there. And that's really going to be it, I think. Right, let's just double check we're not missing anything else up here. I mean, Pavlograd, like I say, I thought I was getting to activate these as well until I realised it's a camp group card, but there's nothing in there to come and threaten Pavlograd. This is the closest unit. I mean, we do have this armoured unit behind, but there's no gap through there for him. This one's been shut off now for that. So it's really just that infantry. I mean, he's breaking zone of control, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, he could get across to here and then be proximate to both of these. If that was to happen, then I think I could still react, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I'm terribly worried about that. So I think that's it. Really, it's really just a one unit move up to there, and then what we'll do is, I mean, I might as well. It's not really helping an awful lot, but build an IP on these two, on this hex. Well, actually, I can build an IP on that as well, can't I? Does that mean I should have switched them over then? Oh, you know what? No, let's just leave it. So I'll build an IP on that guy, and this guy didn't move either, so I'll build an IP on him as well. Okay, yeah, so not the most exciting impulse, and that was one of the combat tactics that I could maybe have used, but it does mean that if my next card play would be this second SS, I've still got potentially 3 combat tactics I could chuck in. I mean, this one, okay, Assault Coronation's not going to help me, but it does give air power, and these two are any combat tactics, so... and I think probably that... Well, I just need to see what the Soviets do next turn, but I'll probably just activate second SS and maybe... I mean, I know I'm looking... I've not done anything about this again, so... hopefully it's okay. I mean, what have we got? We've got 7 strength against 5, but 7 against 6. So it's only a 1. Let's just double check on that. Yeah, I remember starting to look at that, and then I thought, oh, it could get close. Well, let's assume they get a 3 as their card, because I think, like I said, both front cards are away. I think they're 4s, and Stavka cards away is a 5. So I think the most they could get is a 3. This is to check tactical value, right? It wouldn't be 2 to 1. So it'd start with a 3. They would be in support, because that stretches down to there. So that's up to a 4. If only Soviet units have armour, no. If any attacking units are surrounded, yes. So that's up to 5. If flanking will apply, no. Or defender will be surrounded, no. If target hex, VP times 2, no. Combat tactics auxiliary card apply. Well, if that was to apply, let's assume it does. That takes us to a 6, and then I've got less than 4 cards in our draw pile. That takes us to a 7. So if the cards are 3 and they've got an applicable auxiliary card, combat tactic, they would. But oh no, stop, Grant. That's just what I'm talking about. The gamey part of things. They're going to look at that, and that's going to be 7 against 6, 1 to 1, and this is going to be 7 against 2, +1, 7 against 3, 2 to 1. So they're not even going to check there. So don't worry about it. And that does look a little gamey when you look at it that way, but well, yeah, I could have done it. I could have done it in a different way by playing the Von Manstein card, putting it there. That would have grabbed that guy. I could have put that guy into there. I could have also moved that guy up there. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just leave it like that rather than rewind things. And yeah, I suppose you can see you can play with that a little bit because I now know that these guys are not. They're going to look at all the odds here, and they're going to say, right, we're going to attack check here, and they'll do their check, and they're more than likely going to have an attack on it. Might push it back, might eliminate it, but that's really fine. Well, it's fine unless they do it in this next impulse, and then they've got another impulse to maybe do something else, like come back down and attack that guy. But well, we'll see what happens. Right, so that's me played that card. I've now only got 4 cards left, but so have the Soviets. Yeah, okay, so this still take 20 minutes. There you go. For being a quick impulse. Right, well, I think I'll add that on because that'll take that to round about 50 minutes and it'll be better because I was going to just put it as a part on its own, but it was like only 20 odd minutes or something. So, yeah, so this will be the end of part 81, I think. And I'll just copy it across and I'll be back very soon with the start of part 82 to find out what the Soviets are going to do. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Cheers.